Listen, you are a 1099. You're a self-employed. You're a contractor. There are some things that you need to know before filing your taxes this year coming up. What's going on, y'all? It's another episode of Minding Your Biz. I'm one of your co-hosts, Dr. BlackWealth.
Hey, it's your girl, Miss Fabfinancial.
We welcome y'all back on our show, Minding All Things Biz.
All things business.
That's right. Today we're talking about what, 1099?
1099s. The whole family of them.
Y'all my people, though. I like y'all. I love 1099s, right? Y'all my peoples, right? So most people don't know, right? We get it all the time in our office, especially this year, right? We just don't know. So a lot of people are like, hey, I just made a little extra money, or I did the Uber, the Lyft, Instacart.
Yeah.
Or I did this thing on the side. Even being employed. I had a client who worked for her dad in construction, and her pay was 1099.
Yeah.
Right? So certain things like that, we just don't know. So if you're 1099, we're going to give you all the ins and outs of what you need to do, prepare for taxes for 1099.
For sure. And as a 1099, I like the 1099 because it verifies and documents your income as a person who is, by default, you're self-employed, right? So even if you don't think you're necessarily a business, by default you are, right? With the 1099. So you just need to get that in your head. You might say, oh, I just do this thing on the side, or, you are a business by default. So you need to have that mindset and go, I'm a business. So how do I move and operate as a business? And the 1099 is the first step in you doing that. So the 1099, whether it's NEC or miscellaneous, right? You got it for commissions, you got it for driving Uber, you got it for being an assistant for someone.
Mm-hmm.
You, by default, are a business. And so you need to operate and move in that fashion, which means
the language
which camera I'm looking at, which means bookkeeping. I know y'all don't like doing that. But that's bookkeeping, y'all, right? What helps you lower your taxable debt, right? So bookkeeping. Yes.
No, I mean, on that note, for sure. So as a tax professional, so here's the thing. Like, a lot of people are like, hey, do I got to keep receipts? Do I got to send you receipts? So the answer is yes. You do want to keep receipts. Do I need your receipts as a professional? No, I really don't. You need them in case you get audited.
That's
what
right.
I need are proper financials, right? So what you want to do is do bookkeeping. So you can have your P&L. Not just for tax purposes, though.
And P&L means profit and loss.
For sure.
For
That's
those
right.
who may not know.
My bad. I didn't mean to insult anybody's intelligence. So P&L, right, your profit and loss statement, you want to keep that. If I were you, I would recommend you looking at it month over month. So you can see how much money you're making. You can determine if you want to make more money, where you can spend money, right? If we're going to travel, take vacation, if we're going to do a seminar. These are the things you need to know. So at the end of the year, you have this ready for your tax professional instead of dropping bank statements or shoe boxes of receipts, right? Those are things that then you get mad when you get charged, right? But for business purposes, you want to make sure that you track your money. Track your money.
And also, too, guys, as a 1099 contractor or business owner, right, you might hear some people say we need a running P&L, right? That's like year to date. You want to have that. You want to be doing your numbers on a monthly basis, right? So, right, I have a client who is about to purchase a home. So the bank is asking him for a running P&L, which is year to date. So they want to know where you are as of today. And you ain't got to scramble and try to figure something out, but you've already been keeping track of your income and your expenses. So guys, as we move into doing things decent and in order, being a business owner, these are some things that you have to do, right?
Totally
you have to have a running P&L. You should be doing that on a monthly basis. You should already know that, hey, when I get this at the end of the year, you're not surprised. Why? Because you know how much you've been making every month. The 1099 is just confirmation that whoever is paying you sent it to the IRS.
For sure.
And that your numbers should match almost identical, right?
That's how it's tracked.
That's how it's tracked.
And so the thing you got to be mindful of, too, is taxes, right? So with 1099, you're going to end up paying, all the taxes you're going to pay. You're going to pay federal taxes of ordinary income, right? So that's you earn money. That's your normal tax brackets, right? The other thing you're going to pay is self-employment tax, which is 15.3% on top of ordinary income tax. So if you made $100,000, you probably in the 20% tax bracket. On top of 15.3%, right? That's a 35% tax bracket you're in, right? Automatically from just taxes. The next thing you're going to pay is state taxes if you are in a state that is taxable, right? So some states are not, like Florida is one of them, right? It's a few of them, but most states you're taxable and you're going to pay the state taxes on the money that you profited. So you got to be mindful of the taxes we got to pay. There are ways for us to avoid the self-employment taxes, but it's like in lieu of paying payroll taxes if we switch our entity, right? But the payroll taxes are deductible. So I don't know. I can't think of nothing else. What you got?
Well, the 1099, I think it's moving. No, I feel like that's it. I think the 1099 is just moving as a business, right? So some of you
it's the biggest thing.
It's
Understanding
the biggest
you
thing,
are an entity.
For sure. Yeah. And don't be surprised, too, if you do get a 1099 or you don't, right? I think that's another issue. People are like, hey, how do I know if I'm even going to get a 1099? And so a part of it is thresholds, right? So right now, there's a threshold. Some people, it's $600 at least. You should get a 1099 for people who you're servicing, who you do services for, right? A contractor, you might be an assistant, right? They have to issue you a 1099 if you earned at least $600. Then some people who drive for Uber or Lyft, there's a different threshold. You may not get one from Uber or Lyft or Instacart.
Each company has a threshold.
It's something different. So the overall thing kind of ties in with the 1099K thing, right? It's at least 20,200 transactions.
For sure.
So you may not get a 1099 from Cash App or from Uber or from Lyft or from a lot of these places, depending on where you fall.
Doesn't mean that you can't report the income you made, though.
Correct. Yeah. So you really just need to seek your professional and go, hey, I did make this money, but I didn't get a 1099. But you also want to look in the dashboards, look and make sure that you don't have a 1099, because what you don't want to have is something called a mismatch of income, right? Sure. Where you think you're not going to have a 1099, but you do. And the IRS has it and you don't report it. That's what we don't want. That's what you don't want.
The last tip I'll leave you with is if you're a 1099, go ahead and just start an LLC. Further legitimize yourself and establish the LLC out the gate, right? So you already set up as a business owner. You're not a sole proprietor. You got a little limited liability for your business or whatever it is that you're doing on the side, and get it set up, right? So that's it.
And be encouraged. You got a 1099, you're a business. Somebody's paying you.
Run it up.
You could document that. Be encouraged.
Expense out your life.
You're like, it's official. I can write off my car, my phone, my utilities. Like, be excited.
Yeah. If you're a 1099, start the LLC. If you looking to understand more, book a call with our team. The link is right below us, right here. Look, right there. Go ahead and book the call so we can talk with you to get prepared for your taxes.
What he said.
That's right. It's a wrap, y'all. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you like these videos, please like, share, and subscribe so we can continue to make more and get better and do better content for you guys. Right? So don't forget to keep minding your biz, and we'll see you on the other side.